Contact the York County Bar Association and let us help you find the right attorney at the right time.
You trust AAA to work at every mile. But AAA doesn't just cover your car. They can also cover your home. AAA Home Insurance protects every square foot. And when you add AAA Home Insurance to AAA Auto Insurance, talk to your local AAA insurance agent today or visit AAA.com to learn more about AAA Home Insurance.
This is Melky Mesa. You listen to Your Revolution Baseball on the home of the Reds Sport Radio 98.9 FM and 1350 WOYK.
Julio Perez is in, looking for his fourth save of the season. He and Judy and Young have shared responsibilities. Perez last save May 13th at Sugarland. And this is a very important batter to start the inning. Sanford up with his speed. Franco in at third. First pitch cuts in for a strike. 4-3 the lead. Perez 1-2, 3 saves, .464 ERA. League leading 23rd outing. The 0-1. It's up high. He has been electric lately. And today trying to close it out here in game 1. Top of the order for the Barnstormers. Nina's home run putting York ahead. And after Nash tied it with his second of the day. 1-1.
You don't want to walk him. He's got a small strike zone. You don't want him on really at all with his speed. Good to be ahead in the count.
They set up. Here's the 1-2. Swing a ground ball, base hit to right. He goes down and gets it. He points to somebody as he runs to first base. And the tying run is on. Sanford a single. The light-hitting center fielder, he's tied for the league lead in steals, is on base.
That's going to be a little bit of trouble. Big question here is, what do you do if you're Dan Gamache? You're batting .320. You're in the top 5 in the league in hits. Sanford's either going to try to steal on his own or they're going to attempt to bunt him over.
It often is easier to steal on a reliever. First pitch not going, and it's a strike over the outer edge.
And, you know, it's easier to steal on a reliever, but Perez throws 95.
Yeah.
So if he keeps it up and out, it'll give Tejeda a chance, albeit the jump's not too ridiculous.
Nash holding over there, lefty at the plate, so that opens up a bigger hole for him. Franco at the edge of the grass at third. 0-1. It's in the dirt, backhand pick. 4-3 the lead here in the bottom of the 7th. Sanford tied for the league lead with 17 steals. Gamache today has a single, a walk and a run, and then a sac fly in the 4th. A 1-1. Fastball missed low. The base hit to Sanford. Just the second hit allowed by Perez in his last 6 outings. He stares in, a look over at first, sets the hands, and makes a move over. Diving back is Sanford. I think if anything, I mean, they really didn't want to walk him, and he ended up with a pitch over the plate. Now ready, the 2-1. It's down and away. Caleb Gindel is on deck. Got to get through the heart of the order. There's the stretch from Perez. And the 3-1, it is outside. Ball 4, and Lancaster has their first 2 men on here in the bottom of the 7th. This hit is going to tie it with Sanford's speed.
Well, depends how hard it's hit. He got caught out yesterday in that game in between third and home.
That's true.
You never know. I mean, it's another situation where you have your best power hitter at the plate, but at the same time, you kind of think, do you bunt? I guess not with him. But still, swing and miss. He reached at a high fastball a few times against Thomas. Did take him deep as well. You got to be careful.
Revs set up at double play depth. Rondon creeping in behind Sanford. Pitch to Gindel is hit in the air in left center. Mesa and Sportman converge. JP over. He's got it. Sanford tags from second. Throw dives in. It was really close. Had to make a short hop grab, and Sanford gets the hands in, and also Gamache goes to second. It is the first out. The tying run, though, now at third, and the winning run is at second.
Off runner, and with that throw from JP, anyone else in this Lancaster lineup, they're out on that one. I know the runner moves in the second, but you focus in here. Try to get this guy. Sportman, I'd say, plus arm. Trap, we've seen his arm as well. Mesa, he's actually had some really good ones too. So I look around this outfield. Got some cannons.
Whole infield in. Terdoslavich, first pitch swinging and a foul tip to the net. The cleanup man trying to win it for Lancaster. Sanford almost slid off the bag too. Franco reached a second time trying to get him in that fashion. Sanford, the tying run at third. Gamache, who runs pretty well, also the winning run. He's at second base. 4-3 the lead, bottom of the seventh. Terdoslavich 0 for 2 with a walk today. Here's the 0-1. And a fastball in right under his fist. He started the bat forward but stopped in time on the appeal to third. Revs trying to tie a season high with a fourth straight win. It's been a back and forth game, and their lead being threatened here in the last of the seventh. Perez stares in, comes set. 1-1 pitch. Check swing. He went on that. Breaking ball down, and Perez jumps ahead 1-2.
Man, that was a nasty pitch. Coming off a fastball that board says 80s. It's not 80s. It's in the 90s. The mid-90s.
Yeah, I don't know what's up with that today.
Yeah, he's not coming in throwing 88 out of the blue.
Here's the 1-2. Fastball up and away. Out first base open. They can try to get Terdoslavich to extend the zone. Casey Hobson is on deck. Strikeout or a pop-up or a ground ball at somebody, although Sanford might try on that with his speed. The 2-2. Swinging a ground ball right to second. Nina's got it. Throw home. Tejeda the tag. Got him at the plate. 2 down here in the bottom of the seventh. He tried to score, and it was hit sharply right at Nina, who was coming home right away.
That's what I'm talking about. Angeles Nina, right in the right spot, fires a strike to Tejeda. Able to get him out. A interesting decision to go. There's now only one runner there, the tying run at third. Possible winning run over at first, but all eyes with 2 outs just on the batter at hand, that being Casey.
First and third, 2 outs. 4-3 lead. Here's Hobson. And Perez with the pitch. It is swung on and fouled back. 0-1 the count. Gamache the tying run at third. Terdoslavich the winning run on at first on that fielder's choice. Perez trying to nail well. Now nods yes, stretches. The 0-1. Down and in, and Tejeda had to reach for that ball that looked like it was cutting. He does catch it. That tying run 90 feet away. Ball and a strike. Perez stares, shakes off, now ready to go. 1-1 pitch. Swing and a foul back and out of play. He's ahead of him 1-2. Potentially a strike away from wrapping it up. He'll rub down the new ball at the back of the mound. Looking for save number 4. And on the rubber, he stares in. Sun shining brightly now at the clip. Perez ready, the stretch. 2. Swinging a fly ball straight away center. Sportman there waiting on it. He will squeeze and this game's over. And the Revs with a comeback win in the final 2 innings have tied their longest winning streak of the year at 4. They take the first 2 here in Lancaster, a 4-3 hair-raising win in Game 1 as Perez gets the thrilling save in the 7th. And the Revs, powered by 3 solo home runs, Telvin Nash breaking the record, tying the game with 1 more, and Angeles Nina out of the 8th spot in the order, winning it with a bomb in the top of the 7th. What a win.
They call me absolutely ridiculous. We scored 12 runs last night, but I look at this game as more my goodness, doing it in style. Go ahead, home run in the top of the 7th. A record-breaking home run and then some.
You don't want to let go of that ball, right?
No, I don't want to give it away. I got the call that'll live with me forever now, thank goodness. But at the same time, Julio Perez works out of a jam. More can you ask for is the question today.
Well, I didn't want to say it until the game was over, but Nina's throw home to cut down Sanford, it reminds me of the Revs' first half clincher here in 2014. As Wilson Valdez at short made a play very similar to that, threw home in the 9th inning. And what a play from Nina and the Revs. What a game this was.
That man right there who we just gave a fist bump to, kind of an unsung hero in this one, Rob Garson.
No doubt.
He was unbelievable out of the pen. He's in line for the win, correct?
He got it.
He got the win, right?
The 8 up, 8 down, a season best for a Revs reliever today. And we still have another game to go. All the Brett and Daryl that you can handle today. It's a 4-3 win for the Revs in Game 1. Stay tuned. Post-game show is coming up next.
Everything you've worked for may be facing a hostile takeover, but step outside the boardroom and look around. Not taking care of business right now could leave you dealing with a hostile takeover by crabgrass later this summer. And broadleaf weeds are just beneath the surface, ready to take their share of your turf too. Prevent hostile takeover. Lawn can apply crabgrass pre-emergent and quality fertilizer now to fortify your lawn for later. HeritageLawnandLandscape.com. World-class care right in your backyard.
The Dietz and Blewett Diamond Deck at Peoples Bank Park is sponsored by Dietz and Blewett Insurance Company. Dietz and Blewett Insurance Company has been serving the York and Central PA areas for more than 10 years. Visit their new location on 2000 South Queen Street, where you'll find friendly, courteous staff who put their clients first. Google them on the web for a free quote. At Dietz and Blewett Insurance, you'll find the best rates on home, auto, health, life, and business insurance.
Money and business are essential to the strength of a community. So is cheering and celebration and music and fun. That's why York Revolution games, concerts, youth sports, special events, and more happen at a place called Peoples Bank Park. Peoples Bank has been serving York County for more than 150 years. Always cheering, always celebrating, always committed to the things that make York County great. And to you having a great time at Peoples Bank Park. Peoples Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Radio 98.9 FM and First in York, First in Sports.
Kind of sounds like what we hear constantly here at the stadium.
Our first techno beat of the broadcast.
First and only. Revs win it today 4-3 in Game 1 of this doubleheader. It is a season-high tying 4-game winning streak. They have won 6 of the last 7. They have won back-to-back on the road. And it is just the second time they've done that this season. 19-31, they go to 3-2 in War of the Roses play. Lancaster falls to 18-27. They have played 5 fewer games, but the Revs have now surpassed them in the win column. And we recap things today, and it was, first of all, a highly entertaining and dramatic game as it played out, but also a historic day for the Revs. Ian Thomas worked out of a bases-loaded jam in the first. Revs took the lead with a run in the second, a J.P. Sportman RBI fielder's choice. They did have bases loaded, no outs, had to settle for that one run, but went on top 1-0. Thomas then had his only 1-2-3 inning in the bottom of the second. The Revs had gone in front at that point. It did not last. Lancaster took the lead on a Caleb Gindel 2-run homer in the bottom of the third inning. But then in the fourth, Talvin Nash making Revs history, launching the Oppo bop to right, 67th of his Revs career, and after 3 seasons at the top, Andres Perez surpassed by his former teammate Talvin Nash. That tied the game at 2. Lancaster did go back in front in the bottom of the fourth inning, a sac fly from Dan Gamache. But that was the first batter that Robert Carson faced, and it was the first of 8 in a row that he retired today. Just outstanding in relief. He gets the win. And trailing 3-2 in the 6th inning, Talvin tying the game on his second home run of the day, number 68, on a bomb to the top of the lawn in left center, the 5th multi-home run game of his Revs career and the 2nd this week. Of course, the 3-home run game on Monday. And then in the 7th, leading off against Bauman, who they tried to get to try to save the rest of their bullpen. But Angeles Nina absolutely crushing the game-winning home run out over the lawn, in fact, and onto the walkway up there in the top of the 7th inning, 4-3 the lead. And then Perez in the bottom of the 7th, immediate trouble with Sanford's leadoff single, Gamache a walk, a fly out deep enough to advance them, but with the infield in and 1 out, Joe Turdoslavich hit it sharply enough to second that even with Sanford coming home, Nina up right away, second out, and then Perez getting Casey Hobson to fly out to center to end it. And the Revs win 4-3. And man, Brett, you had the history from Talvin, but a lot of heroes today. Nina, who's been sometimes a bench guy, some kind of 50-50 since joining. Another huge home run from him. The job that Carson did, the job that Perez did in the 7th inning, just a phenomenal win.
I mean, my goodness, you look at everything that you want to wrap into a baseball game and the emotion of, hey, we record, but we also go down twice in the game and tie that up on home runs. Head into the 7th inning, the final inning of the game, deadlocked, and the first batter for the Revs, Nina, crushes that to give them the lead. Not only that, Lancaster answers. We're getting their first 2 base runners on to try to tie or, if not, win the game in their half of the 7th, and they get erased by great defense, great pitching. I mean, it was everything you wanted to see from a resilient Revs team now, who are 6-1 this week. Daryl, 6-1. It's been a long time coming for us to experience this kind of success after the slow start this year, but again, 9 games in 7 days, and we have already won 6.
Yeah, and this is the end of a really tough stretch, the 23-20, but the Revs are cooking, and they win it today 4-3. Your totals in this one for York: 4 runs, 8 hits, no errors, 5 left on. For Lancaster, 3 runs, 7 hits, no errors, they left 8. The win goes to Robert Carson. He's 2-0. The loss to Buddy Bauman. He is time of the game 2 hours 10 minutes. Played in front of 2,876 here in Game 1. Our Kochman Kunkel Insurance Group player of the game. A lot of heroes, as we just said, but history today. It's got to be Talvin.
Yeah, it has to be. I mean, what he was able to do, not only to break the record and tie the game, but to do it twice in his career, tying the game back up. He was the man today, and I'm sure he'll be really happy to talk to us after the game as well.
Well, 4-3 the final. We will do it again coming up at 6:10. That's our airtime for Game 2 tonight. It's a 6:30 first pitch as Phil Walby will make his second start for the Revs, went 3 1/3 scoreless on Tuesday. Their starter, they were waiting to see how Game 1 played out, but there was speculation that it could be Matt Marksberry out of their bullpen in Game 2. Again, we'll be on at 6:10. We'll hear from Mace. We'll see what other treats we might have for you. But I hope you can join us then for Game 2 of the day-nighter coming up in just a few hours. It is another 7-inning game, and the Revs will go for their season-high 5th straight win as they've gotten the first one today in historic fashion. 4-3 is your final score. Until later on tonight, for Brett Petrak in the booth with me, Daryl Henry saying so long for now from the Clip in Lancaster. Again, your final in Game 1. It's the Revs 4 and the Barnstormers 3. Thanks for listening. Enjoy your afternoon. We'll be back with you at 6:10 tonight, right here on Sports Radio 98.9 FM and 1350 WOYK.
Thank you for listening to York Revolution Baseball on Sports Radio 98.9 FM and 1350 WOYK. Catch the Revs all season on York's only place for local sports. Tune in 20 minutes before first pitch for a trip to the clubhouse for the Revs Report. And check out 989WOYK.com for highlights and features on York's pro team. York Revolution Baseball all season on Sports Radio 98.9 FM and 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports. Now we return to our regularly scheduled programming already in progress on Sports Radio 98.9 IK, York.
In Lancaster, again, your final in Game 1. It's the Revs 4 and the Barnstormers 3. Thanks for listening. Enjoy your afternoon. We'll be back with you at 6:10 tonight, right here on Sports Radio 98.9 FM.
Thank you for listening to York Revolution Baseball on Sports Radio 98.9 FM and 1350 WOYK. Catch the Revs all season on York's only place for local sports. Tune in 20 minutes before first pitch for a trip to the clubhouse with player interviews and the manager, Mark Mason, every game. Listen throughout the day for the Revs Report and check out 98.9 W.